What we're going to do is we're just going to go around our van and show you some of the tips to be thinking on if you're going to be winterising your van. Some people are putting them into storage now, and some people are thinking that's it for the winter now. And some things you do need to do to your vans, motorhomes, campers, caravans, as we can't just leave them on the drive or in storage as they are. So here's some of our things that we're going to be doing in between weekends when we're not using our van. Engine. There's a few things you need to be thinking on doing while you're going to be putting your van down for its winter sleep. Obviously we're still going to be using our van every weekend. We're not going to be putting our van into storage or not using her. She's going to be getting used all the way through the winter. So the first things first, Mark's going to do this bit because I don't do engines. If I can get it open.
So open your bonnet.
Yeah, it's a good start. Open your bonnet. Submit back your levels into it, Mark.
Yeah. Make sure that's hooked in there, because if it's a windy day and it's not, you're likely to blow up and hit you on the head, and you don't want to do that. So that one's your antifreeze, your engine coolant. Make sure it's up to the maximum. I'd advise you get a little tester for the strength. You can get them from a car accessory shops like Alfred's for £5 or something like that. You basically make sure it's cold as well when you check it, not hot because you'll burn yourself. You just squeeze it and it shows you what it's protected down to. That's your power steering. It should be right. It should never need really topping up. Brake fluid is there, which again shouldn't need topping up. Screen wash is important. You actually screen wash on this van, it's right in the corner. Make sure it's really strong over winter because you don't want it freezing up. I'd advise, if you can, to put it in neat, because also if it's watered down too much and it freezes up, it's likely to split the coolant screen wash bottle and damage your pump. So that's it really, other than the engine oil level, which is down there. Can you see? That's your dipstick there. Check your dipstick, make sure that's right. It's a good thing to do every week anyway, just checking your level. So you just pull it up like that. I'm not going to do it now because I know it's okay on this one. So
there's something about leaves, something as well.
Yeah, just see there's a few on this. I'll keep clearing. Can you see them on there? What? And that's your water drain bit there, and you don't want water sitting around. So just get rid of your leaves.
Yeah, your water comes down here, doesn't it? It goes down there. Yeah. And if you've got leaves in that trough up there, they're just going to sit there and pool, which can cause problems.
Another leak drain down there, and one on the other side. Just make sure they're clear. So you don't want water sitting around for weeks on end. So.
Obviously, everyone's engine's different, isn't it? This is what's this one? This is
Fiat Ducato.
Fiat Ducato. This one. So obviously, everyone's engines are different, and where things are kept, but everyone's got the same things.
It's even worth, and probably not a lot of people say this one. Clean that seal there, because it gets gunked up and it lets potentially not so much engine fumes, but air out the engine bay inside, and you don't want that. That wants to be a nice, good, clean seal. It's fairly clean. I do clean it quite regularly, and it sits down, and it brings air out from there outside rather than in your engine bay. So that's your engine.
That's the engine. What's next?
Make sure that if you're parking up for a long period of time, it's not level, perfectly level, because if it is, you can get water pulling on the roof of the van.
Yeah, you can ideally put it on one chock at the front, and then you can have it drain. Your van will drain with some with one chock at the front, won't it?
We don't bother with ours level anymore. We used to, but now we don't do it in winter. It just drains off the back.
Well, our drives are on a bit of a slope anyway, so we don't need to do that. But it's a good idea, because then you don't have water pooling on your roof, and don't store it under something like this, because your van's going to turn green and it's going to get a lot of leaves all over it and it'll look a right mess. On to the next thing.
Next thing is your water. We've got water in because we're away at the moment with this van, but you need to find where your boiler is, or your water heater. On ours it's under the bed down here. Near it there's a blue pipe and it's got a yellow tap on the top. It's like a little yellow lever. That's your water drain for your heater. Open that up. On our water pump underneath there, I'm not going to show you again because it's full up, under the seat, that's a drain on that as well. Once you're draining your water down, your water pump's turned off. On our control panel it's turned off. You lift your taps up and the water will just run back out the tap.
Everyone says leave your taps up for the winter.
Leave the taps up, yeah, but I recommend you don't leave your drain taps up on the boiler, because I did that last year and I left it up all winter and it must have weakened the little spring inside and it wouldn't seal after it was continually dripping when we put the water pump on. So open it up, leave it up, take your van for a run if you want to, make sure it's nice and emptied out. Make sure you press the little button on your toilet as well if it's fed from a water pump. Make sure you run your water pump for a few seconds just to get any more water out, and that's all you can do really for your water side. Just make sure all your taps are open in your bathroom, your shower's open. You can even put your shower head on the floor if you need to. I don't, I just put it in the sink.
A lot of people do that. They put the shower head on the floor, don't they? So it makes every little bit of water, make sure it's all drained out.
And that's what you need to do for your water.
That's probably one of the most important things, isn't it?
It's
make
water,
sure
yeah,
your
because
water
if it
is out
blows
of
your
van.
boiler, you're into mega money for that, aren't you? So.
On to your next. Is open your fridge and freezer door. It's really important because otherwise you'll get really bad smells in there. Even mould can start building up in your fridge, freezer.
Yeah. Well, most of them they have a little catch.
Yeah.
What swings round? Can you see that? And that hooks in. I forgot where it hooks in now, but it hooks in.
It just goes there.
It hooks into a little, and it just leaves them aired, you see. And the freezer ones are the same. So we all have them on, from what I'm gathered, but a lot of people don't realise. So.
Yeah, so open your fridges and freezers. Ours has got 2 separate ones, so they'll both be getting opened. Next thing is open all your cupboard doors. For the main reason being, it keeps a constant temperature throughout the van. So, because that's an external wall there, if you start shutting these doors, you're going to get coldness behind these doors, and it could cause like a condensation build up.
If you happen to put your heater on or heating on, and they're all shut and it's cold inside, you'll get a load of condensation. So leave all your doors open, and it's all the temperature's equal throughout the van. So
not good. We don't have to do this in our van because we're quite fortunate. We've got these breakers behind here, but everyone must take these cushions away from the walls.
Yeah.
Again, your walls are going to get really cold during winter, so your cushions could get damp.
But these are insulated.
But we've got these here, so we don't have to do that. I probably will still do it. Prevention's cure, isn't it? So anything you can do to stop anything from going wrong with them. What else is the mark? Let me have a look. Obviously, remove all your soft furnishings, your duvets, pillows. If you can get vac bags and put them in there and keep them in the van then, so you don't have to put them in and out the house. But yeah, your soft furnishings, beddings.
A little bit of a tip with the vacuum bags. Make sure if you put your bed in or anything in them, that the stuff you're putting in isn't already sort of damp, because if you do, you'll ruin it, won't you? We did one.
Everything has to be put away
it's
dry.
It's got to be perfectly dry, so if you're not sure, wang it in the dryer or something like that.
Yeah, that'll be a good idea. The other thing is, obviously, remove all your clothes, your shoes. It's not rocket science. It's just take everything out. Anything that is, obviously you're not going to leave your food in there, are you?
You leave cans in if you're in date and stuff, can't you?
Yeah, your cans can stop in, but everything else, so it's just a few little things that people might not know. You might know all this, probably do if you're a motorhome owner or a caravan owner.
The other thing is, a lot of people are saying at a minute, we've never done it, have we? But fill your van up right to brim with diesel to stop condensation. But to be honest, when diesel's 150 a litre at the minute, is that a real good thing to do?
Well, it's not going to hurt, is it?
All filters have a filtration system on the van or the engine. It's got a water trap anyway, which you can drain the water out. It separates it, so it's a problem. I think on these, will put a warning light on if it gets full. It's very rare you get an issue with water. It wouldn't just suck it into the engine and make it run bad. So yeah, I don't think we'll be filling ours up, apart from if we're going away at Christmas and stuff.
It's a lot of money to be able to sat there out and driving it all winter if you're not going to use it. But we are using ours, so we don't need to do that.
Probably wait until the price comes down. First.
Yeah, right. So guys, that's just us let you know what we'd do if we're going to put it into storage or close down for the winter. What are you doing? You've put me off now.
No, that's what you need to do, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's what you need to do.
Yeah, so anything, if you can think of anything that we've not covered and you want to give us some tips, please put them in the comments below. We do like to hear from y'all.
There's a big debate about whether you should have heating on or not. Some people have oil-filled radiators.
Yeah, but if you've got it in storage, you can't have heating on, can you?
The thing is, last winter when we were on lockdown, we had the van on the drive for weeks, and if you come in here when it was really cold, like, and the van was full of snow, it wasn't damp. It was the same temperature inside as outside. But the minute you come in and put heating on, you're going to potentially cause damp, especially when it's full of snow. I run the van a couple of times, the engine, but I didn't really put the heating on. I don't think I'll intend to this time. I can't see the point, to be fair. Some people say do.
Yeah, any massive changes in temperatures, from freezing to all of a sudden to hot, then back to, you're just going to cause problems. So I wouldn't recommend it. Some people are about putting oil-filled radiators in there and things, but.
And another one is some people have dehumidifiers running in the winter. You'll probably find that they don't work, because if it's really cold, if it's below something like about 7 degrees centigrade, they won't work. The physics of it is moisture's in air, but the warmer the air is, the more moisture, and if it's really cold air, it's normally not a lot of moisture, so they just don't work.
Prevention is going to be better than cure. Like I said, do the tips that we've said. Remove everything from the van, completely strip it down. Remove all the soft furniture from the wall if you need to. Put all your bedding away. You should be okay. Leave all the cupboards open, fridge freezers open. Drain your water. Make sure every orifice where water can go in, it must come out. People are on about leaving your water tap drain outside. Leave it open, but some people have said things have crawled in there and crawled up into the van, so that's not for me. I'm not going to be doing that.
Just keep it closed, but probably the best tip is, if you can, keep using your van.
Yeah,
that's probably the best way.
Keep on going, get out. Don't put them in storage if you can. Keep on going. It's only winter. I know it's horrible in this country, but yeah, we're going to be carrying on going every weekend. So until the next time, we'll see you soon.